What is up, everyone? Welcome to another edition of Live Locks presented by Scores and Odds. If you haven't checked it out already, just making bad life choices, going over to scoresandodds.com where you got picks from me, Meansy, Dino, all the greats. Plus, you get access to this nice little prop shopping tool where you can see exactly what we project for each individual prop, plus where the best odds to find them are at. And most importantly, you get access to Grant's Action Lounge. All you have to do is go to scoresandodds.com/Discord. Throw in the chat right now, and you can get my picks as soon as they come out. I'll be throwing them in pretty much each and every day. Yeah, you can get them before the line moves. We got a nice little, pretty big slate of baseball. Got a decent amount of bets. We'll just start right off here with my home run bets. Nolan Arenado to hit a home run plus 265. Yes, that is a fairly low number here, but he's going up against Mike Minor. Mike Minor, looking at his numbers right here, massive home run per nine, 2.15 when we're looking at the splits between lefties and righties, giving up way more to righties at 2.34 home runs per nine. Nolan Arenado is good. Nolan Arenado is very good, in fact. He owns a 376 ISO, a 398 WOBA. He's getting a big ballpark upgrade going over to Cincinnati. He is just far, far, far too good for this. It's that simple. Just hit it. He's good. Next up, we have nice little Luke Voigt to hit a home run. Not my favorite, but still pretty solid overall bet here. Going on over to the Washington game, going up against Kaprelian. Kaprelian is not very good. 49.7% fly ball rate, 39.5% hard contact rate. Voigt has some pop. Nice little 50% hard contact rate. Pretty big fly ball hitter going up against righties. Kaprelian hasn't given up the most home runs in the league, but he also pitches over in Oakland, which is a beautiful ballpark for home run pitchers. Drastically suppresses home runs. So overall, Kaprelian, not very good. In fact, very bad. And Voigt has a decent amount of pop playing over in Washington, so decent ballpark. On the other side of it, though, Shane Langeliers, guy's good. Guy is going to be very, very good at some point. Right now, a little bit raw to say the least. Looking at his minor league numbers. Oh, we're getting this at plus 500 over at FanDuel, by the way. Looking at his minor league numbers here, I think I had 19. Yeah, 19 in the minors so far this season in 92 games. So pretty much on pace for around 34, 35 home runs. In Double-A last season, 22 home runs in 92 games. So pretty much 40 home run pace. Hasn't done a ton in the majors so far. Hasn't played a ton in the majors so far. But 294 ISO going up against righties. Anibal Sanchez on the other side there has been awful. Just absolutely terrible. 2.54 home runs per nine given up this season. The guy is so far over the hill. Looking at his numbers versus righties, 3.57 home runs per nine given up versus righties. Absolutely silly number. Everything is just bad going up against righties. Everything. He is awful. Fly ball numbers, 43.9%. Not very good. 45% hard contact rate versus righties. He's just bad. Not striking them out at all. He is a bad pitcher. 314 ISO, 441 WOBA, 15% K rate, walking a ton, which isn't great for Langeliers, but he doesn't walk a ton. So, yeah, Langeliers, going yard. Love the bet here. Mitch Haniger, plus 320 to hit a home run. Mitch Haniger is very good. People forget 39 home runs last season. Yes, he's playing over in Detroit, which is not a great ballpark for home runs, but Tyler Alexander is a bad pitcher. 41.9% fly ball rate, 35.6% hard contact rate. Mitch Haniger, though, has a ton of pop. Hasn't done great versus lefties, but only sitting at 28 at-bats so far against left-handed pitching so far this season. Still getting a massive 56.5% hard contact rate, decent fly ball numbers, average exit velocity isn't great, but the hard contact is there. He's just had a few soft hit balls. He's very good. Love the odds on him. Those are my home run bets. Let's get some pitching here. Freddie Peralta, minus 103 over at Barstool to get over 6.5 strikeouts. Freddie Peralta gets a great matchup going up against Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh is not very good. Bottom two guys in the lineup are the only two that are under 20%. Overall projected lineup, 24.3% strikeouts. Yes, they're going to have a decent amount of lefties, but Peralta, a little bit reverse splits when it comes to strikeouts, close to 30% strikeouts. No one walks in this lineup, which is the big thing with Peralta, is he does tend to get a little bit wild, walk a few too many guys, but the walk rate in this is projected lineup is sitting under 8%. Peralta should cruise through. I know he hasn't been as great as he has been in recent years, but this number is too low. Hit it over at Barstool. Next up, Mike Minor under 4.5 strikeouts. Now, this one right here, I got over at Super Draft. Let's see if it's moved too much over at other sites. Minor, there he is. Mike Minor, currently the best odd. They're minus 142. I still like that, but I just massive edge at minus 118 over on Superbook. Minor going up against St. Louis. St. Louis is not a good hitting team, is not a good strikeout team. They're a great hitting team. They're the best team in the league by a wide margin going up against lefties. Minor has struggled a ton going up against righties. 17% K rate. Look at all this red here. He's awful versus righties, and he's going to be facing 7 to 8 to 9, depending on if Gorman and Nootbaar are in the lineup. Nolan Arenado does not strike out versus lefties. Pujols has absolutely mashed lefties. Goldschmidt does not strike out and has absolutely mashed lefties. DeJong is the one guy with a decent K rate in the lineup. O'Neill even very good versus lefties. Minor has been crushed so far this season going up against right-handed pitching. Under 4.5 strikeouts is pretty darn good. Yes, he may get a little bit longer leash because for some reason they give him one, but he's gonna have some trouble. Jose Quintana over 4.5 strikeouts over on the other side. DraftKings has it at plus 125. Quintana, let's see, is it still? They moved it to 3.5. Plus 104 over at FanDuel. Still don't mind it at plus 104, to be honest. Going up against Cincinnati. Cincinnati is probably going to throw 8 to 9 righties at him, which isn't great. But, I mean, Quintana strikes at lefties at a much higher clip. We'll see what the lineup ends up coming out at. But Quintana, still good pitcher. Doesn't ever give up a ton, so he generally has a decent leash. Is pretty efficient. The main thing is, yeah, there's the lineup. Fairchild, Aquino, Barrero, massive K rates. Barrero sitting at 58.3%. Aquino at close to 40. Fairchild at 48. I know it's a small sample size, but they are just striking out so much. Top of the lineup, not great for strikeouts. And Robinson, I don't know. We haven't seen him. Chucky Robinson. He hasn't been in the league that long. Looking up his Fangraphs page, I think he's a decent strikeout hitter. He, I think, had a home run yesterday, 2 days ago, something like that. Looking to be a slightly above average K bat, but he's in the nine hole. But Quintana over 4.5 strikeouts plus 125 is solid. Marco Gonzalez over 3.5 strikeouts minus 110 over at DraftKings. Solid line. Marco Gonzalez doesn't really strike out righties at a huge clip. He's going to face a lot of them. Luckily, we're likely to have Green leading off. Big strikeout rate going up against lefties. But this Detroit lineup is just bad. Granted, they're way, way worse going up against righties than going up against lefties. But still, the number's a bit too low at 3.5. Marco Gonzalez, very up and down. Can get it done, though. Not much more. If you guys have any questions, go ahead and throw them into chat, and I'll get to them whenever I see them. If not, we'll get out of here in a couple of minutes. Michael Harris to get 2+ hits, plus 270 over at FanDuel. Big number here. Big number. Granted, 2 hits is not terribly easy. Doesn't happen too often. But he's going up against Feltner. Feltner has not been good going up against lefties pretty much this entire season. 17% K rate. Not a ton of ground balls. Lots of fly balls. Lots and lots of hard contact. Granted, he does play over in Coors for half his games. But still, not a very good pitcher. Harris has the platoon split. Very good bat. Does not walk a lot, so the ball's going to be put in play. 2 hits, probably batting second. 2 hits at plus 270 is very good odds. On the other side, we have Elhuris Montero. Hopefully he's in the lineup. You can wait if you want for him to get in the lineup, but just get 2+ total bases, plus 260. It's not 2 hits, that's total bases. Going up against Kyle Wright, who is an extreme ground ball pitcher and has been very good going up against righties so far this season. But getting these odds at plus 260 is just way too high for 2+ total bases. Lastly, Max Stassi, 2+ total bases. Going up against Cole, not an easy matchup. It's, in fact, a very tough matchup. One thing Cole does give up is a decent amount of power, especially to the right side of the plate. So double, a home run, both a possibility. We're getting these odds at plus 370, which is absolutely ridiculous. Stassi is not a great hitter and does strike out a decent amount, but this is just bad odds. And it's that simple. Plus 370 is massive. Go hit it. That's it. That's the show, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. I'm out of here. See you, kids.